Welcome back, everyone, to the Real Family Podcast. I am Christie. I will be your host today as we review my movie choice, Tootsie. With me is my sister, Carrie.
Hello.
And our niece, Cobie.
Hi.
So that's what we're up to today. But before we get started, I wanted to touch base on a couple things we had talked about previously, one of which being during the Commando episode, I mentioned the Alyssa Milano made-for-TV movie Dance Till Dawn. Carrie did find that for me on YouTube.
I did.
She did.
I watched it. It was glorious.
I did. I watched it as well, and it was.
I forgot Matthew Perry was in it.
Matthew Perry's in it?
Very
Yes.
young Matthew Perry. Yes.
Oh, and high school Matthew Perry.
Yes.
I'm going to have to see this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's not the best, but I'll...
It's great.
It is. It's a
okay?
good made-for-TV movie.
It is. Very coming-of-age, teen-oriented.
Yeah. A lot of Tracy Gold, Christina Applegate,
Tempest
Ooh.
Bledsoe.
Yep. From the Cosby Show. Alyssa
No,
Milano,
not for you.
obviously.
Okay.
But yeah.
Kelsey Grammer
plays
plays one of the parents. Edie McClurg.
No.
Yes, the secretary from Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay,
There you go. You got to
Yeah,
name a movie with them.
Yeah, that one I know. Yeah. But it was great. She sent that to me and it was like Christmas morning. I immediately went home.
You did too.
I did. I watched it that evening as soon as I got home from work. Doug was so confused about what I was doing, but I watched it. It was great. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. And yeah, there were no commercials. It was a straight movie.
It was.
I'll have to post the link on our Facebook page or in our social media page so you guys can check it out. I highly recommend Dance Till Dawn on the YouTube channel.
Yes, it was great.
Yeah.
The YouTubes.
And yes, speaking of, the social medias are now all completely up and running.
Ooh.
So thank you to Liv for setting that up for us. We appreciate her. We could not have done it on our own.
Nope.
We did not do it on our own.
No, and thank you for all the help because I could not also do it on my own with everything going on right
Yes.
now in my life.
Yes.
She's been great.
But getting back to it, Tootsie is what we are here to discuss today. Now, this was a favorite of mine as a youngster.
And I have I have that in my notes. Like, why did you enjoy this movie?
Okay.
Because you did watch this one a lot growing up.
Yes.
And I did not. This is the first time for me seeing this as well.
Okay.
So
I really think watching it now, I was mostly fond of the whole soap opera within it. Like, I enjoyed it. It was like you were watching General Hospital behind the scenes.
okay.
I was mostly a fan of that part of it, I think, now looking back.
Okay.
Yes? Any comments?
So the whole
I'm holding back. I'll hold back for a little bit right now.
Seriously? Was it that bad for you?
It wasn't a bad movie. There's a lot of social commentary about it that I
Yes.
could disagree with all of it. And we can talk about that later when it comes to that time.
I mean,
It's
and
just-
we will. Part of it is kind of yikes.
It falls into the Mrs. Doubtfire kind of love of men dressing up as women and trying to, I guess, have a goal to achieve, right?
Yes.
And if they can do it if they're a woman, and it's easier if they're a woman, and there's more commentary on it as well.
Do you not think that he found it harder to be a woman?
Oh, I think he did find it harder to be a woman, but I think him having to be a man dressed as a woman to figure out how harsh women are treated in the industry
Yes.
and as just anything outside of the industry, it is very not my favorite way of trying to do it, because there is also the transphobia of it
Of course.
and a lack of awareness of how men treat women. As a man himself, he should have seen it before. And obviously, we know him as a character. He does the same shit.
Right.
And for him to realize all of these issues that are happening because he is dressed up as a woman trying to get a job is really, really hard to go and watch because it's like it's right in front of you.
Right.
Just don't treat women like shit. Don't be a misogynist.
But, I mean, it's not that easy for some people to recognize.
Yes.
Otherwise, it wouldn't be a continual issue.
Yes, I also think there are other issues behind it as well, obviously.
Okay. And I'm sure we'll get to that.
Yep.
I did
All right.
have in my notes that giving me Mrs. Doubtfire vibes, but I've never seen that either.
You've never seen Mrs. Doubtfire?
I've seen Mrs.
What?
Doubtfire maybe twice. I didn't like it.
I never watched it. I mean, I'm seeing bits and pieces again, but I never start to finish have watched Mrs.
How can you and
I don't
growing
know.
up in the same home with the same movies, have such a...
I don't think we had Mrs. Doubtfire.
I don't know, but like Tootsie we had.
Yeah, Tootsie we did have.
I mean, but I'm... One of the things I'm finding strange about this whole podcasting thing that we're doing is the differences that you and I have in the movies that we watch.
Yeah, because we mentioned picking out another one in Silkwood, and I'm like, oh my gosh, because I remember that one
Silkwood.
we had growing up, but I never watched it. I just remember one little part, and I don't even know if that was I
Yep.
sent that to you. I don't even know if that was a thing
Yes,
or if
it
I
was.
hallucinating, which that's
No,
possibility.
no, that was that.
But I never watched that one either, and I was kind of like, I kind of want to watch that because I know that it
You
was
should.
in the house, and it was one that apparently you watched, and maybe mom and dad, but it was one that I don't know if we were told not to watch it, and then
I don't think we would have been. I mean, it was again one of my favorite genres, based on a true story. She was a real person who really
Oh.
did this.
I didn't know it was based on a true story. Oh,
yes.
well then I'll put it on my list to watch like sometime or
Yes.
something.
But-
Because you said you were trying to find it and you couldn't.
Well, we're trying to do things that are streaming so
Yeah.
people can do it for streaming. Like with this
Yeah.
one, we could not find it streaming. I had already selected it. So we did go ahead and just,
rolled with it.
yeah, we bought it streaming so that we could get this recorded. But going forward, I'd like to choose things that people could watch
Fair enough.
along with us.
Fair
So
enough.
when we find that streaming, that's going to be one of my choices.
Okay.
All right. We ready to get into it then?
Let's go.
Let's get it.
Okay.
You're up.
So Tootsie, released December 17th, 1982, directed by Sidney Pollack. Are we familiar with his other works? I mean, did you know him as the dad from Will and Grace?
Yes.
That's
No, I haven't watched Will and Grace.
okay.
Well,
We're done here.
all right, that was a good run, guys.
we held out as long as we could. Okay. A general synopsis would be an actor with a bad professional reputation, Michael Dorsey, develops a female persona to find work and runs into difficulties in his and her personal lives. So, overall, this grossed $241 million, making it the third highest grossing film of 1982. It was nominated for 10 Academy Awards.
Including Best Picture, right?
Yep. Best Picture, Best Actor for Dustin Hoffman, Best Actress in a Supporting Role for both Terry Garr and for Jessica Lange. She was the winner. Jessica Lange did win.
Good for her. I like Jessica Lange in this.
She deserved it.
She's a great actress.
Yes. Best Director for Sidney Pollack, Best Writing, Best Cinematography, Best Sound, Best Editing, Best Music Original Song with It Might Be You, which peaked at 25 on the Billboard Hot 100.
Did they not do makeup or best makeup or hair or anything, or is that just not a category at that point?
Boy, that's a good question. I don't know when
Because
that became a category.
I'm going to be so honest with you. After watching it, I didn't look up anything afterwards. I just went to bed. I was really tired.
Sure.
And the only thing I could come up with if it did win any Academy Awards was Jessica Lange. Obviously, she did really, really good in this movie. And best makeup or like hair or whatever. Like,
right.
Because, you know, when Dustin Hoffman as Dorothy comes on screen the first time, I am going to be so honest, I did not realize it was him.
Really?
It was really well done makeup.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm glad you said that because that was part of his training, if you will. He claimed he would not do this unless he could
Do it
realistically
himself.
pass as a woman. So he went out in public and met with people he really knew to see if they would recognize him.
Yeah, it
I
was
did-
really good.
I did read he went to like his niece's school or something.
Yes, as Aunt Dorothy.
Yeah, as
Wow.
Aunt Dorothy.
That was the best part of, I think, if it did have the Academy Award like category for that, it should have been nominated. If they didn't,
Yeah.
I am sad
So
it didn't.
the Academy Award for Best Makeup, later Best Makeup and Hairstyling, was officially created in 1981, awarded at the 54th Oscars in 1982, following industry outcry over the exclusion of the Elephant Man.
Oh, the Elephant
Oh
Man.
yeah.
So it would have been a category.
It
at
would have
this
been a
time.
category.
Now I'm a little disappointed that it didn't, because the makeup was so good. The makeup was really well done.
Realistic.
Yeah, the prosthetics were realistic. The hair, everything.
Yeah,
And Jessica Lange, I love her. She's such a good actress.
she is. She's
I-
great in this.
I knew her from American Horror Story, obviously.
I assumed that's where you would know her. Yes.
Yeah, well, because I saw her name pop up and it was like, I know her from somewhere, and it was American Horror Story. And she's amazing in that.
Right.
Like,
Well, I
through
felt
and through.
bad when we started talking about it last episode, where I had mentioned Terry Garr several times, but I don't think I mentioned Jessica Lange. And then I later thought, oh gosh, now I feel bad because, I mean, she's
iconic.
I don't even know that I would consider her a supporting role,
No.
but that is the category she was nominated in and won.
Yeah.
So Rick Baker for An American Werewolf in London, 1981, he won at the 1982 ceremony. So he was the first winner of.
I mean, I can
that
kind of see that, I
category.
think.
Yeah.
But to not even be nominated.
No, they weren't. I don't want to see where it was
Okay.
nominated.
Well, as we start out, we see some opening scenes as Michael as a working actor, auditioning, teaching. What's interesting in this scene is pretty much everything he's telling his students not to do are things that he is doing in those auditions.
Yes.
Well, I found it. I'm like, an acting instructor can't get an acting job? Like, what? And you
It's so
really
normal.
felt the desperation throughout the beginning of that movie.
Yes.
Also, quick note, another long opening credit.
Yeah, it was. Again, we're going into more long credits at the beginning of films that are not
Yes.
seen anymore.
Yes.
But I feel like it's normal though, like to be an actor who is an acting teacher and not get roles. It is so common for it to be depicted on screen. So like Joey
Oh,
in
yeah.
Friends,
Okay.
when it was like a few episodes, he was an acting teacher.
Yeah.
And it was him like, so after him being on his soap opera, but he's only known for being on this soap opera and wasn't getting any other jobs outside of,
Right.
you know, Dr. Drake Ramoray. So you're getting all these other people who are, you know, it is a thing that is depicted more.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think that's just me.
Well, then we also see him at his secondary job as a waiter, and that is where we first meet his roommate Jeff, who is a playwright, and he is played by Bill Murray.
Bill Murray,
Yes.
who is not in this film as much as I thought he was going to be in this film.
You thought he was going to be in there more?
Yeah, I'm going to state real quick. I love the remake of Charlie's Angels with Drew Barrymore, Cameron Diaz, and Lucy Liu, and he was in that more than he was in this film to me.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
He was in it more. Yeah, but
Yeah.
I think he was really a secondary character.
Yeah, and I thought he was going to be a little bit bigger of a character.
And I kind of read something where he didn't want his name associated with it because he
Right.
didn't want people to think it was his
His-
movie and it was going to be like Caddyshack and stuff
Right.
like that.
Yeah,
And that's fair.
that makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's just an actor that's doing this one character for fun, it looked like.
right. As Michael and Jeff get home, we discover it's Michael's birthday. There's a surprise party with a whole group of just eclectic group of people in that apartment. That's where we kind of find out that Jeff is the original hipster, where he's sitting around talking about his plays and how he doesn't want to be remembered for having good plays, but and I think I also read that
That was all improv.
yeah, he
Yeah.
improvised almost all of that.
Yeah.
So
That's funny. I like that too, because it's just random people apparently that were being brought in, because at the end he was like, I have no idea who any of these people were.
Sure.
And we're like, yeah, we invited 10 of your friends and asked them to invite 10 friends, and they invited 10 friends. I didn't have that at my surprise party. I only had like 10 people maybe, but those were like close people that are like, I like, you know, I know, and I'm not going to have them. Obviously, they're not going to bring 10 people that I don't know, because I'll feel like I have no idea who you are. Hi, thank you. Bye. Please leave.
it just seemed like the quintessential New York City apartment party where random people are just showing up.
And they're discussing artsy stuff.
Yes.
And plays and.
Yes, plays
Yeah.
and art and
Yeah.
playing the piano.
Very hipster.
Yeah. That is also where we first meet Sandy, who is played by Terry Garr. She is so Phoebe-like.
She is so Phoebe-like.
Yes.
Yes.
So I have Sandy down as being one of my favorite characters, or being my favorite character in this film. When she was stealing the cake and putting it in her purse. Okay, that's something I would that's something I do. Like, I do that. Except I don't carry a purse. I just walk out with a cake on a plate and a napkin over it, and I say peace out. And then she gets so neurotic.
Yes.
After sleeping with him, which we'll find out. But yeah, I loved her the most in this film. Like, I related to her so much. Like, yeah.
She is definitely the best character.
Her personality is so out there.
Yes.
I love it.
But
it is very Phoebe-like, like you said. But I feel like Phoebe wouldn't be as attached to a person she sleeps with one time.
No. But then also Sandy, just kind of her whole thing goes downhill. One of the first times we meet her, she's been stuck in a bathroom for 30 minutes. And that was pretty much the highlight of the movie for her. After that, she finds out she sleeps with Michael, who's really not that into her, but
and he leads her on.
Oh, he's horrible.
He's horrible.
Yeah.
Agreed. But yes, it just continues to go on and on for her.
I think I'm going to say it right now. Michael as a character is worse than Alan in Splash. By far.
I would, yeah.
By far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think Michael has a turnaround.
No.
At the end, I think he realizes.
Yeah, because he's guilty.
Yes, he realizes that he's the problem.
Yeah, he is the problem. And he
wants to try and do better.
I don't care.
I don't think Alan realized he was the problem, and he's going to make no attempts to be better.
That is true.
Yeah.
I feel like, though, having that guilt after you've done it, like, granted, it's going to cause you to have more character growth, but he fucked over so many people in this film, and he didn't even think about it in the midst of it because he's so selfish.
Yes.
He's such a selfish character.
Yes. It's true. It's a good movie. That doesn't mean he's a likable character.
Yeah.
Which begs the question, does the main character have to be likable in order to like a movie?
I mean, it's kind of like you always thought that the main character was a likable character. And
yes.
Same. Well, they live happily ever after at the end. It's always a happy ending. Well,
it's not, though.
But it's not. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I can agree that not having a likable character is okay. It's just how someone goes about it to have other likable characters in the show. Like, in this movie, obviously, we hate Michael as a main character, but we love Jessica Lange's character, and we love, Sandy.
But I love Dorothy.
I was going to say, I would argue I love Dorothy.
Yeah, because it's a persona of someone that I guess he wishes he could be. As, like, if he was a woman, he would be a kinder person. He'd be motherly. He'd be all this kinds of people. But, him as himself, though, it's like he doesn't even realize he can still be that kind of person.
Yeah.
As a man.
Yeah.
I still don't like him as a character.
No, you're fine. You're fine. Agreed. So as the party is winding down, we find out that Sandy has an audition the next morning. She does ask Michael to come help her with this audition. That's when we find out that she will be auditioning for a soap opera or a daytime drama, depending on what kind of person you are. Apparently, there's a difference, and they want it known that it is a daytime drama. So
It's basically a soap opera.
it's a soap
Let's be for
opera.
real.
I would call it a soap opera.
Soap opera.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was filmed in front of a live audience. Here and there, it's a soap opera.
Yeah. So the next morning, Sandy is quickly turned down for the part. And during that time, do you see that the director comes in? And he comes in with Julie.
Yeah.
So we know that they
Are together.
are together. Yes.
Ron was his name.
Ron. Yeah, we'll
Oh,
get to Ron.
God,
Oh, we'll
Ron.
get to Ron. If Michael's bad, Ron's worse.
Oh, Ron, by far, way worse than him.
While Michael is there with Sandy, he finds out that he lost out on another role that he had been planning on getting, The Iceman Cometh, on Broadway. So he goes to visit his agent, George. Now, George was played by the director, Sidney Pollack, and there they have a discussion about how difficult Michael is to work with. He finds out he can't get a job anywhere in New York or in Hollywood. So he decides he's going to raise $8,000 to put on Jeff's play himself. But how will he raise this money?
The best was was this the part where George was like, that play's terrible. Why would you even try to do this? Why would you even try it?
He eventually he says, why are you sending me your roommate's plays? Like, George's job is to field Michael's offers.
Yeah, and to send Michael over to auditions. He's an agent, not a writing
Yes.
agent, nothing like that.
He's not producing these plays.
No.
But Michael is so desperate for a role.
It's even funnier when George is like, even then, they're not good plays. They're terrible.
Do we think that they're good plays, or do we think they're terrible plays? I mean, the play is titled Return to the Love Canal.
And they were talking about getting rid of a tie scene.
Several times the tie scene came. Whether the necktie scene should have a necktie was a conversation that they had no less than 3 times.
And we don't know what this scene is,
Nope.
but it is the weirdest thing because you as an audience member is like, what the fuck is this necktie scene?
I mean, to me, it kind of says,
I think
this play's garbage.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not. Maybe it's just way too intellectual for me. I would not enjoy this play, I'm thinking.
As a person who enjoys plays, I don't know if I would enjoy it either, because why would you have a necktie scene that doesn't have a necktie?
How is it what is a necktie scene? I mean, what even would a necktie scene be?
I took it in 2 different ways. Either, hanging themselves, which seems very
Agreed.
artistic.
No, I
kind
agree.
of thing. A lot of artistic people use that kind of thing, or a sexual thing.
I did not go there.
Yeah. No, I was
No, necktie scene, I thought hanging. How are you having a necktie scene without a necktie if it's a hanging?
Yeah.
I don't know about that. I did not think it was a sex thing.
Yeah, that's
I got nothing.
You went in either of those places?
I got nothing.
Okay. Anyway, Michael decides that he's going to audition for this role that Sandy did not get on the daytime drama, playing Emily Kimberly.
So I'm gonna stop right there, because it's like 1 minute he's in his agent's office and he's like fighting with his agent, and then he's like next minute walking down the streets of New York dressed as a woman.
Yes.
I kind of felt like we were robbed out of the transformation part of it. Like,
yes.
like what? I was under the impression, again, I hadn't seen this, like he saw an ad for a role and it needed to be a woman, so he dressed up as a woman.
We didn't get
yeah.
that thought process of how he came from, you're not getting any of these jobs because you are because you have been blacklisted to,
Well,
I'm going to go and dress.
Just go into that soap opera edition, but at the same time, like,
here's my thing. He knew about the role. He knew what was wanted of the role. He knew how to play the role because he had sat and run through it with Sandy so many times. So it's just a matter to him of, I'm going to put on a dress and go do it.
Yeah. And it was just like, boom. There was no, like again, no transformation.
Yeah.
No. no going to buy the dresses or the wigs.
Well, we get that later.
We do get it later,
Yes,
but
you don't get it. Then I think it was the immediate transition was played for laughs.
okay.
Or,
Yeah,
or,
I agree with you though, Carrie, because I was like, ooh, I'm taken aback. I was like, who is this person? I'm very taken aback by like, it was so sudden.
But I will
is the thing.
say,
but you knew he would be a woman
Yeah.
at some point in this
Yeah.
film.
I will say that he did not look like a man. He did look like a woman, an ugly woman, or not the prettiest woman, but
We'll come to that at the end.
Yeah.
But I noticed like also his arms were covered the whole time, and then he did high neck things to cover the Adam's apple.
Oh yes.
So
Yeah.
I thought, yeah,
And there is even a point in the film later on where he's got like the his legs are like padded and all this stuff to make his
oh yeah,
like butt look bigger, more, and his hips look bigger than, you know, a man's. And
he put a lot of work into becoming a woman.
Yeah, and he even got, let's be real, he got self-conscious of himself as a man because he would go and sit there and judge himself in the mirror for like a few minutes, and you can see him he does the thing that all women do, which is stand in the mirror and just like suck it in, and is like, oh, I could maybe lose a few pounds here or here.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's an interesting discussion on like how the mindset of like females and like any like woman and what is projected on us from society of like how we look, how we feel,
Yes.
all this stuff, and then seeing it from a man's perspective of, you know, he is dressing up as this woman to be this character, and how he is getting all that projected onto himself as well.
Yeah.
I thought that part was interesting.
It is interesting. So he goes into Southwest General. He is now Dorothy Michaels, which I thought was Michael Dorsey, Dorothy Michaels. I thought that was a clever way. Oh, was that?
Yeah, I didn't.
Yeah.
Okay. That is where we meet Dabney Coleman, director Ron Charles. All right, let's hear it. The first meeting, Dorothy calls him a macho shithead, and that was pretty golden.
Yeah.
Because we just see instantly how misogynistic he is.
Just a misogynistic pig.
Yeah.
This entire film.
Yeah, yeah. We also get to speak to Jessica Lange for the first time. She plays Nurse Julie. This is why it's so confusing. It's Jessica Lange playing Julie Nichols playing Nurse Charles. So it's the show within the show.
The show,
Yeah. So he ends up getting the part. Not because they looked at him and thought he was a great actor, because they wouldn't even allow her to read for the part initially.
Yeah.
So she eventually convinces them to do so kind of by acting as a man would act.
Yeah.
By
kind of showing how men have more power over other men than men have power over women.
The whole thing's confusing and complicated.
It's a very, like I said, it's a lot of social commentary.
It is.
And it's hard to watch at points because the social commentary is so uncomfortable.
Yes.
And not taken well.
I will say, though, I don't think it was at the time. At the time, it was like, oh my God, he's a genius.
Yeah, and now in 2026, you're looking back and it's like, oh.
It's a little cringy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Michael does go to meet his agent, George, dressed as Dorothy, just to prove he can pull it off.
Yeah.
And he does. And as we talked about earlier, Dustin Hoffman actually did that because he thought that the movie wouldn't work if he was not convincing as a woman. And I think we agree he was convincing as a woman. Then we get a nice little shopping montage where they looked for the high-necked blouses and the scarves to hide his Adam's apple. And then, oh boy, this is the worst part.
Also, another thing I want to go back to real quick is
go ahead.
Julie's character in the soap opera is considered the hospital slut, which is insanely nasty because
she acknowledges it.
It is insanely nasty, and I'm acknowledging it now. It's not another movie that did not age well.
I mean, I don't. Okay. She called it for what it was. She didn't
Yeah.
try to sugarcoat it.
No.
No. Okay. So then Michael goes to Sandy's just to let her know that she got the part in Jeff's play. And then while Sandy's in the shower, he sees a dress that he wants to try on. She catches him undressed, and rather than him explaining to her what the situation is, he essentially just sleeps with her to shut her up.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. And she was waiting for that for 6 years.
It's truly not a good look for him.
No.
I mean, and it wasn't even, they did it, and afterwards he says that was a mistake. We shouldn't have done that.
No. He played into it.
He says,
did.
I'll call you tomorrow. I'll talk to you tomorrow. And she's like, are you? Because I'm going to be sitting by the phone. I'm going to be, waiting for you to call.
Yeah.
And again, she got a little neurotic because
Yes.
she went in her head and she spun out because she
Yeah.
just slept with her friend.
Yeah.
Yes.
Of
Basically.
6 years.
Of 6 years. And
Yeah.
also her instructor.
Yeah.
So.
Conflict of interest, by the way.
But I mean, she just. Yeah, she went in her head and she was like, I'm going to spin out, so you better call me.
Yeah.
Yes. She essentially feels that they are dating. They are boyfriend, girlfriend.
After sleeping with someone once.
Which I think is also a societal change.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
True.
Because
Definitely.
now that would just be like, oh man, we hooked up once. That was crazy
Oh,
times,
oh,
right?
no.
And that would be it.
Yeah.
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 Alrighty. So then we hit Dorothy's first day on the job. This is where you get your montage of her getting ready. We see that she's wearing like little tiny false teeth and
Yeah, she gets up like at 4:30, like 2 hours before she's supposed to leave, or 4:30 and something.
Yeah.
And it's taken her 2 hours to get ready. Nails and lips and makeup and everything.
I liked watching this montage because this was when Michael had all the photos on the mirror so that he can go and reference them on like how to do the makeup,
yes.
how to do the nails, how to do the teeth. And it's like a way for him to see how women dress and like how long it takes for us to
He
get
was
ready.
shaving his legs and
Yeah.
all of that. So
I mean, but I do think some of that stuff the eyebrows, the nails, you
Yeah.
could have had that done the night before,
the night
my
before.
man.
Oh yeah.
We totally would have not done that morning.
Oh yeah. No, absolutely not.
We're not crazy like that.
No.
No. But he gets to the studio and finds out that he's sharing a dressing room with Gina Davis. There we are, Gina Davis as April. I don't know that we see her but once wearing clothes. Every other time she is just in her bra and panties.
Yeah.
yeah, and that was her first. This was her first film as well.
Yes.
So we don't see really any 80s boobs, but we see
No.
Gina Davis in her bra, a very skinny Gina Davis in her bra and underwear.
Also very light bra and underwear where
Yeah.
it's close to nude, but you can tell that she's wearing something.
and I wonder if it had something to do with at some point, Michael says "fuck you" 3 times in a row. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, and I'm
Yes.
like, holy crap, this is PG-13 or PG.
Yeah.
So, kind of went back because we talked about ratings before. The PG-13 rating was not introduced until July 1984, meaning many of the 1983, 1884 movies were like still,
Yeah.
rated PG, but like some parents were like, wait a minute. So in the 1980s, complaints about violence and gore in films such as Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom and Gremlins,
Yep. Were the
both
big
of
ones.
which receive PG ratings, refocus attention on films seen by younger children. Steven Spielberg's director of Temple of Doom and executive producer of Gremlins suggested a new intermediate rating between PG and R, which is PG-13, and that was introduced July 1st, 1984.
Yep.
With parents are strongly cautioned to give special guidance for attendance of children under 13. Some material may be inappropriate for young children. The first film to be released with this rating of PG-13, any guesses?
Oh, I just learned about this.
I can tell you.
We just talked about it too. Go ahead.
I can tell you the first PG-13 movie I went to see in the theater.
Which was?
Lucas.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, you did tell me that.
Oh, the first PG-13 movie? I was trying.
What movie, what was the first movie released with a PG-13 rating?
Okay, so I'm in my censorship class right now, and this was something we just covered literally this week. Could not tell you. It was in my book. I want to say it's probably a popular movie. Spielberg.
I feel like I know, but I.
Red Dawn.
Oh, we did
Red
just talk
Dawn.
about
We did
this.
just talk about it.
Red Dawn. So, fun fact. Okay.
Oh yeah, it was, yeah. Also this was at the time, going back to my censorship class, where they were wanting to go away from an X rating because X rating has had so many connotations around it with being more sexualization and
Right.
all this stuff, where they changed it over to NC-17 and trying to change over that mindset that NC-17 and X rated are two different things. It has not changed since. I want to state that.
Okay.
Yeah, but it censorship's very interesting to learn about.
Yeah, but like I said, when Michael's character, he did fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. And I'm like, whoa, this is PG. And then you had Jeff saying, you slut, which made me laugh out loud. And then there was another like bullshit. And I'm like, well, this is probably why we didn't get an 80s boob shot. They used up all their ratings stuff for curse
language.
Words. Yeah.
And Gina Davis being in very, very close nude underwear. They definitely pushed the line where they did not get to that rated R like rating. Whereas now that movie would have been rated R. Because
Tootsie?
it said fuck you 3 times.
It wouldn't be PG-13 if that was available?
Mm-mm.
Oh, interesting.
No, there's certain things that they have where you can't say like fuck so many times or shit so many times in a PG-13 film, or else that will change it over to a rated R. That's why when you watch a PG-13 film, you're gonna have less cussing in it, unless it's like damn, hell, stuff like that.
Soft cussing.
Very soft cussing. And then it would go into rated R with all that. So that's why most of your Marvel films don't have cussing in it, because they want to keep that PG-13 rating.
So they exchanged the cursing for the violence?
Yes. Violence is actually one of the least censored thing around the entire world, film-wise, because humans are so desensitized to violence, and we
Not
see
the
it.
80s, because Gremlins and Temple of Doom, parents lost their shit.
Okay, but I think Gremlins was a different situation. Not necessarily because of the violence, but because Gremlins essentially gave away, turn it down if you gotta, that Santa isn't real.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's a yeah.
That's what I think Gremlins got knocked for, was giving away the Santa Claus.
For children.
For children, yes.
Well, the Gremlins movie.
Yes, you take it's PG, so you take
your kid to see a PG movie,
and then all of a sudden they come out
Christmas.
crying because Santa's not real.
Yeah.
Well, and I also want to go back.
Good point.
Even though parents were mad about Temple of Doom's violence and Gremlins violence, statistically, within America, my book calls it the evangelicals, which are going to be like your Presbyterians, your Christians, anyone that is religious towards like the Abrahamic religions. There's like a 54% of the population that it falls into this. And 45% of those people are okay with violence in films and actually prefer having violence in films. So your children's films, your PG films are going to have violence in it, quote unquote. It's light violence. But the evangelicals, quote unquote evangelicals that is discussed in my book are okay with that. They don't care about that stuff.
Well, the Bible's pretty violent. I mean,
yeah, I just watched The Passion of the Christ, and that is gorier than Saw. It was so gory. There's blood the entire movie. It is not for the weak, I can say that, but people love that film because if you don't know it, it's about the crucifixion.
Sure.
Oh,
And
I've watched it once, believe it or not.
And it's just so gory, but they Christianity and like people who are Christian love it. Love that kind of stuff because it is so realistic to what happened in the book.
Yeah.
I, on the other hand, could give two shits about it. I don't like violence in films.
Okay.
That's my take.
Huh. Cobie, but I think like Temple of Doom is one of the best gory scenes
Oh,
ever.
when he rips
When he rips out the heart.
Oh,
My God.
Oh,
Saw it in
nightmares,
theaters.
nightmares
Saw it in
about it as a
theaters.
kid.
It was
really?
Oh, we went to the movies and saw that. It was
I can't-
blew my mind.
And then they ate the monkey brains in Temple of Doom,
Oh
right?
yes, they
Yeah.
I'm
did.
about to lore drop on you guys. I watched, I don't remember if Temple of Doom was there, but I did watch Jurassic Park when Dad lived with great grandma. And I could not watch those films because I was so terrified of watching those films. It was like 8 or 9 o'clock at night, something like that when they got done. Terrified me since. I watched Temple of Doom for the first time this past year in 15 years maybe. And then Jurassic Park I haven't seen since I watched it at
Is Jurassic Park violent?
the part that gave me nightmares was when the T-Rex ate the guy in the bathroom and
In
his
the
foot
toilet.
and his foot was
Yeah.
hanging out. Yeah, terrified me since. But those were like,
But Jurassic Park,
no, I can't do it.
when you say Jurassic Park, the only scene I'm thinking about is the music where they see the dinosaurs for the first time. Oh God!
I can't do
chills.
that.
I got chills right now. Oh yeah.
Copyright.
Jesus, John Williams coming after us.
I know.
We can't afford that.
I know. God, I'm too close to the music itself. But yeah, that is our quick
That was a little learning. All right, there
Yeah.
was Cobie teaching us some stuff.
about censorship
All right.
that I just learned.
All right. We're back to Dorothy's first day on her hospital shift on her daytime drama. She also learns that she's going to be kissing John Van Horn, who is known as the tongue around the set. I'm guessing no intimacy coordinators were here for this.
Intimacy coordinators were not a thing, and I wish they were.
John is played by George Gaines of Police Academy fame. Did you recognize him as?
Yes, yes.
Of course.
I went to the Dad from Punky Brewster.
Oh, true.
That was my first one. Dad from Punky Brewster.
I was Police Academy was my first thought. From Cobie, have you seen Police Academy?
Probably not.
Oh
no.
boy, you want to talk about some?
Ooh.
You want to talk about some rated R movies? That's some rated R
That's
movies
a
right
rated
there.
R one.
Yeah.
At this point, I also want to state the teleprompter that they have.
Yes.
Oh my God, it had me dying because I've worked in news. I know what a teleprompter looks like now.
Is that not what it looks like now?
No, we haven't.
I don't know.
So we have from where I worked, we had a system where it was a software online where you can put the entire script from our producer notes into this software, and the entire script would go right in there, and if any of the anchors made changes or whatever, it would go and immediately come up there so they can see it.
Okay.
And you just sit there and it's like this little dial, and you just scroll as fast or as slow as the
As they're
anchor's talking.
rating. Okay.
Yeah, and this one is a piece of paper on a projector. It looks like of some sort, like one of those. Oh my God, like one of those old school projectors that you can see up on the screen.
But I think it was typed out. It wasn't.
It was one of the actual
Yeah.
typed out scripts that they
Yeah.
had used as a teleprompter, and the line being read, having a red arrow for each line being read as it went down. It was so weird to see.
You enjoyed that one?
I did enjoy that.
I enjoyed looking at the camera. I was like, oh my God, look at that huge camera.
Yeah.
And it was just it was like a refrigerator on wheels or something. It was huge and just.
Will
yeah.
tell you that maybe it's been a little smaller, but moving those cameras around at the news station, they're probably about that big still.
Oh my
They're
gosh.
ginormous. I got so strong working at the news station.
All right. Well, while Dorothy is on her first day of set, we kind of get a good glimpse of Ron as a director and how he treats the women on the set, especially Julie, who we've learned is his offset girlfriend. And as Dorothy is trying to talk to Ron, he's blowing her off. He wants nothing to do with her. She is merely a prop for him.
Yep.
in this whole thing.
Yep.
Michael does, however, manage to avoid the on-screen kiss with John, but John sneaks one in afterwards.
Yeah, that one was really nasty. I'm sitting there watching it. I was like, oh my God. It came out of nowhere.
What part of it was nasty? That he essentially assaulted her.
He assaulted her. Yeah,
Yeah.
let's be real. Also that it was not something I was expecting, but it really solidified how much that man just wanted women on the show just to kiss them.
Oh, yeah.
True.
And it was
Yes.
so nasty to see. Uncomfortable
Okay.
to the max.
Okay. So you were not uncomfortable that it was two men kissing. You were uncomfortable that...
He sexually assaulted someone.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
He did.
I'm not like, no, I don't think the two men kissing, that does nothing for me because I don't care
Sure.
about that shit. But it's the fact that he came up after she didn't, well, Michael as Dorothy denied this kiss that was in the script. And then this man still continued after they were done filming, probably hours later, and went up and tried and got that kiss that he was supposed to get.
Yes.
It's nasty.
Yes.
Well, see, in my, again, I didn't watch this back in the 80s, but I'm like, he's hesitant because it's male on male kissing.
Yes.
You know, but again, I mean, it didn't bother
well,
me.
and I don't think
And
that...
I don't know how you felt about it when you watched it as a younger person. Like, oh, it's two boys or two guys kissing. Like, did that even...
No. And
'Cause-
I don't think that Cobie... And when I asked that question, I didn't think Cobie would be offended by two men kissing.
No.
I thought that Cobie would be more like, this was played for laughs. That two men were kissing.
Oh yeah, it definitely was played
Oh,
for laughs.
I can see
Yes.
that as in the 80s. Yeah, that's
And-
how it was.
and that's
put
how
in
it
there.
was.
Yeah.
And now it's...
I'm gonna assure you. I think I only laughed a few times during this film, and that obviously was not one of them. That
Which
one,
is funny because it is considered like one of the best
comedies.
comedies ever made.
Yeah, I am looking. It was in the Library of Congress.
Yes.
Like it's one of these big like films, and I was like, I just feel uncomfortable.
But I don't think a lot of the comedy is based on her. Some of it is obviously based on
Yeah.
a man dressed as a woman, but a lot of it is also just...
Oh my gosh, Sandy is the comedic genius in
Oh,
this.
She's
Love
funny.
her.
Jeff's funny.
Jeff.
Yeah.
I mean, Julie's even funny sometimes.
Yeah.
Like at one point she tries to answer the phone and she picked up a corn cob. You know? So there were funny moments that were not based on the fact that this is a man dressed as a woman.
Yeah, but they definitely leaned heavily into that.
They did. Then we learned that Dorothy is becoming a popular character on the soap.
Yeah.
Michael is avoiding Sandy at all costs during this. So Dorothy is going through... Dorothy's essentially writing her own material. She's disagreeing with what the writers are having her do, so she
Yeah.
decides to just do it on her own. I don't think this is realistic in the grand scheme of things.
No, depends on who you are, who's your director, and how well you know your character. Because like you could be a soap opera person who's been on General Hospital for however many years. You've been there since like probably from close to the start.
Yeah.
And you know your character so well where you could have input with the director of like, hey, I don't think my character would do this. I don't know where the writers are getting this. I want to switch it to this. There'll be discussions, but having full on improv for entire scenes as a new actor,
It's insane.
it is. And it's not realistic in that sense, but I do know there's probably some people who are going to be more... You good? Like some people are going to have more input
Yes.
on some things considering they know their character based off of how long they've been there, seniority, all that stuff.
But I mean, knowing your character is not changing an entire... like the entire direction of a scene sometimes where...
And changing the entire just show itself.
Yes.
The show it's I guess, what is it? It's supposed to be like a play on General Hospital
It
itself.
absolutely is, yes.
And, you know, that's a huge drama. And she's over here taking what has probably not been seen on General Hospital ever and changing it all to be a feminist like take.
Yeah.
And it's obviously it's General Hospital. It's probably and back in the 80s.
But it's making her popular.
Yeah, because women relate to that and are
They
finally
do.
like, oh my God, there's a character that I can see myself as
Yes.
on screen, and not the pretty damsel in distress who's always sleeping around.
Yeah.
But the people at General Hospital writers' room don't know that this is a huge deal,
Right.
or whatever the hospital name is. I'm calling it General Hospital.
Is that still going? Because like my thing was plugged in, but my battery wasn't charging, and I moved it, so I want to make sure that this
Yeah.
is still on.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
still on.
Okay.
Everything's all
Are you
good.
good?
Yeah, now
Are you
it's
going?
yeah. For
Okay.
some reason my battery wasn't charging, and I like just kind of moved that a little bit, and then I don't know. So I just didn't want to make sure I didn't fuck that up.
You're good.
Okay. Continue.
All right. We do also get a glimpse that director Ron is also fooling around with April, Gina Davis's character. We see a little glimpse of that. We knew he was a pig. This just proves it. I don't know why April would do this. She seems like a nice girl. She seems like she'd be friendly with Julie.
Probably a way to like get up higher into like.
her
But
you
she's
think-
probably young and naive, and he probably quid pro quo, like, like,
Yeah, it was
do
like,
this
it-
for me, and you can get this part, and
Because that's what he did with Julie. He's
Yeah.
like, oh, like you sleep with me and I can get you more screen time or whatever. Which
Oh,
is,
man, it's the Harvey Weinstein.
I was gonna
of
say it's
it.
very Harvey Weinstein.
Yeah. Okay. So Julie asks for some help with some lines from Dorothy. Dorothy heads over to Julie's apartment.
Pause.
Yeah?
Before we get there, Michael was getting ready to be as Dorothy and was talking
Yes.
with Bill Murray's character and was like, oh, it's my first date with her. Like, I gotta look
Yes.
good. And that is very creepy also.
Yes.
She doesn't know it, that he's Dorothy, and that there's this mindset about it.
No.
Also, the "Don't Tread on Me" flag hanging on the wall in Jeff's room. Did
Oh.
anybody see
Oh,
that?
I did not
No.
see that. Oh,
No.
God.
Yep. When he goes into Jeff's room, then I'm like, oh, there's a "Don't Tread on Me" flag hanging on the wall.
Jeff knows what's up, though.
Yeah,
Jeff-
yeah. I just kind of.
I gotta say, Jeff was, from the scenes he did have, was not transphobic to Michael in a sense of like, you shouldn't dress up as a girl
Well,
because
no.
this is quote unquote wrong, but he's doing more of the morality clause of like, hey, she doesn't know that you are this person. These people don't know you're this person. Are you gonna rethink this? Like, how are you gonna get out of this?
Yeah.
So it's not like he's not like a bad person in that sense with the tread on me flag.
Right. Well, in the one scene, he's sitting on the couch and there's a bra draped over the back of the couch. Just
Yeah.
like Dorothy came home and took everything off and threw a bra on the back of the couch, making it normal for them, I guess, in their apartment or whatever. So, which I always thought, when he was doing the switching from Tootsie or from Dorothy to Michael, how he must have got those nails off pretty quick. I mean,
Some of it is not so realistic.
it is not realistic.
not.
No, when he jumps in the shower at one point, he has such thick makeup on.
Oh,
The eye makeup alone
Eyeline-
would be smeared all
It
down
would be
his face.
down his
Oh.
face. He's gonna have raccoon eyes.
those
so bad.
nails and just everything.
Yeah.
It was just
Yeah.
but yeah. So I mean, Jeff is just like, whatever.
At that point, I think Jeff just doesn't give a shit too,
Well, I think Jeff just wants his play done.
Yeah.
because this money's gonna get his play done.
Yes.
Yeah.
And if this is what Michael's got to do to get him his
He-
play,
He does have some moral standing behind it. Is like, is this what you want to do though? Like, are you sure?
Yes.
Like, we could do it other ways. But now that Michael's like knee deep, dove head first into it, he's like, okay,
well, and
well,
I'll bet Michael is also getting some validation. Look at how great he is as an actor. Look how beloved he is.
Yeah.
Although it's not Michael that's loved.
Dorothy.
It's Dorothy.
It's Dorothy that's
and nobody
loved.
knows it's Michael.
So how does that feel to his ego that Michael as an actor has never gotten the recognition that Dorothy has gotten?
I think that's why he was doing all of these different things as Dorothy, going, to Julie's family's house and going and doing all these, events and still playing as Dorothy, and was willing at like up to a certain point to be her on the show, because
Yes.
it was feeling this like satisfaction within him that, yeah, I am a good actor. I can do this, but they
Yes.
don't know that I am this other person, but I'm going to still stay in this person because it makes me feel better.
I think he sees his acting as Dorothy, not as Emily Kimberly, Dorothy's character.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Alrighty. So we go to Julie's house. We find out Julie has a baby named Amy, and Julie is opening up to Dorothy, and you just feel so bad for her because she feels like she's developing a friendship with her. And
I'd say
Michael
even,
is
like-
viewing it as a date, as you said.
I'd even say that Julie saw Dorothy as like a motherly figure
Yes.
too. Because like later on we find out her mom
Yes.
has died. And you've got this motherly figure in your life who's willing to help take care of your baby with you and give you all this good advice of like, get rid of your,
Loser
shitty
boyfriend.
Yeah, your shitty director boyfriend, and you're a good you're a good person, all this stuff. And
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
really mindfucky.
He did. He screwed with her head
He
quite a
screwed
bit.
with her head.
It's true. But Jessica Lange is just wonderful
Oh
in
my
this
God.
role.
She
I
did
mean,
so good.
seeing her just on the couch with the baby, drinking her wine.
Yep.
Love her, want a beer. Yeah. But as Michael's there having a great time with her, Julie mentions that Ron completely stood her up the week before, which makes Michael remember he is currently standing Sandy up. She is at home cooking dinner for him.
She is hardcore going at like mixing that meat up.
Yep. And he's just as bad a boyfriend as Ron is.
True. Yes.
I mean, that's the gist of it.
Yep.
But before he realizes this, he does also hear from Julie what pickup line would work on her. No.
Also, there was a point where I have it written down that Julie's like, man, being a woman in the 80s is terrible. I can't wait for like, all of this like progression to happen, and everyone is like good at this. And I was like, this girl doesn't know
Oh.
that 2026, it still hasn't changed.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that looking at this film, I'm like, oh my gosh, we have not changed as a society
No.
and progressed at all.
It's a little disappointing.
It's very disappointing.
Yes, it is. All right. So they end up going to a party where Michael is at this party as Michael, not as Dorothy.
He also stood up Sandy for 3 hours.
Oh, yes.
And went and showed up
Yes.
3 hours later.
And he claimed he was late because he was finding her ice cream. That's why he was 3 hours late, is because he was buying her chocolate chip ice cream.
Buying her ice cream, and then he also had an issue in the shower of like he slipped in the shower or something ridiculous.
Like the most ridiculous thing. Sandy.
She's so down bad for him.
She is.
So down bad for him.
She is. All right. So they're at this party. Michael is there. He does interact with both Ron, the director, who does not recognize him as Dorothy.
No.
And Michael, I think, makes his disdain for Ron known, even though they don't really speak too much.
No.
Yeah. Then he meets Julie, and he tries to pull the line that Julie says would work on her.
Oh,
It does not.
Nope.
No, because
It's a terrible line.
well, and not only that, it's a woman talking to another woman in her mind of like, I just want them to say this. When in reality, we know as women, that's not how we actually want
No.
it to be said. It's like, we want you to be upfront,
Yes.
but not, I want to go and sleep with you right now and take off all your clothes.
Right. That is not what we would say.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right. You've just articulated that so well. That's how women would say it to another woman.
Yeah.
But what the meaning behind it is, we don't want you to come play game.
Yeah.
We want you to be honest with what you're looking for.
And Julie thought that she's talking to another woman who would understand that. And in Michael's head, he's like, this is the exact line I'm going to use because I'm a man. And she's saying this to me because she knows I want her so badly right now.
Oh, yeah. You nailed that one on the head. Good for you, girl. That's exactly it, too. All right. So then we come to the part where Dorothy is invited upstate with Julie. And they're going to stay at Julie's dad's house, Les.
Yep.
Now, we have seen glimpses of Les, but this is our first time
Like,
really spending some
yeah.
quality time
Like
with
Michael
Les.
met Les at the party.
Yes. And Les was at like the meet and greets.
Yeah.
So we would see him in the background, but this is the first time we're talking to him and really getting to know him. Les is played by Charles Durning. I'm trying to think. I think I know him mostly from this, is how I know him.
I didn't really do any background on his character too much. I mean, he looked familiar, but
Yeah. But as they're at this farm, I mean, it's essentially, this is not even a love triangle. This is a love hexagon because.
And two of these people don't even know what's going on.
Yes.
And
because Michael's falling in love with Julie while Les is falling in love with Dorothy.
Yeah.
Who is Michael. It's just insanity.
It is insane. I also pointed out the Hollywood girl who's in the city is going back home to the country and is going to go and, ride her horses and be at the farm. I was like, this is very Hallmarky.
I didn't get that at all.
Oh, yeah, because there's like a whole scene or like a whole shot where Julie's riding this horse and it's just the sun at the back of her head.
Yes.
And Michael as Dorothy is sitting there watching her and is just like in awe of her essence. And I'm like, this girl I don't think she was made for Hollywood. She's made for being at home and at a farm and.
Probably not. No, she's a sweet lady.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's not out to get other people like maybe April is. She's gonna sleep with your boyfriend to get ahead.
Yeah.
This whole arc of the story contains the most memorable scenes for me from when I would watch it initially, which is when they were laying in bed together and Julie reminisced about her mother and choosing the wallpaper, and she was just so vulnerable in that moment.
And having a girl talk with her.
Oh.
This is where I want to point out my issue.
Okay.
It reinforces this mindset of, a lot of people saying that men are going to dress up as women if we have all gender bathrooms or whatever, because they're going to go in and be creepy and do these uncomfortable things and assault these women. And that's just not the mindset that is about. Like, your transgender bathrooms, whatever it is. The weird one is bathrooms for some reason.
Right.
And I've been in all gender bathrooms. Nobody gives a shit. Just don't pee on the toilet seat.
Right.
Don't shit everywhere. That's the thing. But I think this film really does reinforce that of men only do this to dress up as women, to get with women, when that is not the actual reason why. And it can be seen as transphobic of women or men are only doing this for that, not.
Well, he truly violated her in this moment.
Yeah.
Not in a physical sense, but in an emotional sense.
Yeah.
He
also emotionally violated Les because Les is falling in love with Dorothy, who he can see that Julie is looking at Dorothy as this motherly figure and this amazing person. And he's like, oh my gosh, this was this was my wife. This is how I
see at that point, I know what scene you're talking about when they're sitting around the dinner table. And Les is looking at Dorothy, but Dorothy is looking at Julie. And I kind of, for a second, got the impression that he was like, why is this woman looking at my daughter?
Yeah.
But then he just started smiling, and I'm like, I got a little creep. I'm like,
yeah.
Is he gonna like confront her and say, what's your deal with my daughter? But no, he was just head over heels.
He was head over heels, and I think he's seeing Dorothy stare at Julie and is like,
as a
motherly figure, this love and this compassion, when in reality it's Michael underneath all these clothes who was falling in love with Julie as Les is falling in love with Dorothy. And it's just it's so fucked up. And we were talking about Letterboxd earlier, and this was one that I looked up on Letterboxd, and someone was like, this is the entire film is what we don't want for representation for people who are transitioning, because it does reinforce that mindset that men are only doing this to get something out of it. And I know that's not what
True.
That's obviously not what it was in the 80s, where this is just trying to be a comedic film, but looking at it from a 2026 perspective, that is kind of what it seems like. Is
he initially didn't do it to get Julie out of it. He did it to get a job out of it.
Yeah.
Which, I mean,
But then he's trying to get Julie out of being
once
Dorothy.
he was there and saw her, he decided he wanted her as well.
It's creepy, and it really does, like I said, it does reinforce that mindset again.
Yes.
Yeah,
Of
like I
that-
said, at that one moment, I'm like, oh, the way he's looking at Dorothy, I'm like, he thinks that, like, I was waiting for him to like pull her aside and call her out. Like that's,
Yeah.
but
Really?
no, I was. And there's another scene that comes up too that I thought was going to be different.
Oh, where
But-
where Les was talking to Dorothy by herself. Is that the one you're talking?
Well, no, well, I do have a little note on that as well.
Oh, I do
but,
too.
But Les, again, you said you just knew him from Tootsie, and I knew him from someplace else, and I just did a quick search. He was one of the angels or the devil, one in Two of a Kind. He was in Two of a Kind,
Oh, yep.
and I knew
He was a cab driver.
was that what it was?
Yeah,
he was something
yeah.
In Two of a Kind. So
Oh, boy, Cobie. Have
yeah.
you seen Two of a Kind?
Nope.
yeah.
Oh, that's a good one.
No.
Okay. Oh, that laugh did not help me.
It was a good one. Oh.
Yes, yeah, okay. So as we head back to the studio, Dorothy finds out that her contract is going to get picked up.
We do
Before
have
we
that-
head back to the studio, do you
before
want
we head
more?
back to the studio.
Okay.
Les and Dorothy are sitting down after Julie goes to bed.
Yes.
I think this was before
Before they
Dorothy-
have their heart to heart.
their
yes.
heart to heart. And Les is going on about all of these hardships that men go through and how hard it is to be this
Yes.
man, and how women are just there to like help, be the person to help around the house or whatever. And I was like, this conversation still happens today
Yeah.
with men who are like, things have changed so much and all of these things are, wrong, and we're supposed to do this. And I'm watching the movie, I'm like, I literally have heard this exact same conversation in this society before, and things haven't changed at all. That's the thing, is like,
I thought it was more interesting that he was having that conversation with a man. He did not know he was having that conversation with
Yeah.
a man. But that maybe that man was slowly starting to realize that his thoughts about women were wrong.
yeah,
So that was interesting.
that was interesting. It's so interesting also to look at side by side this movie with today. Nothing genuine, like I said earlier, nothing genuinely has progressed, and things like this still happen. Not like, a man dressing up as a woman to go and get an acting job. I feel like there'd be so much hate towards that. But
I think that, I kind of think it still does. Like Eddie Redmayne did that one.
oh my God. Oh, what was that?
What was it?
Oh,
Where he was the first,
he
he
did.
was the first transitioning woman.
Yes.
And I
It
think
won an Oscar. I
yeah,
just
think
remember that.
he got some backlash for it, I think.
Yeah, but he did pretty good in the
I
movie.
enjoyed it. It wasn't bad. Yeah.
Beautiful Girl or something like that. Something girl.
Yeah, so
Swedish girl.
Dutch girl.
I
Was
think
that
that's
it?
I think that's what it was.
Okay. Okay. But
I don't know,
I mean,
but-
then that begs the question, where's the line? I mean, if they're actors, are they actors?
Yeah,
Do you need to have a trans actor
I think
in a movie?
like we can take Hunter Schafer right now. She's our biggest trans actress right now, and she transitioned at a young age, younger age, and she's in Euphoria. She's gonna be in the new Zelda movie, Legend of Zelda movie.
I don't know who this is.
You don't know who Hunter Schafer is?
I'm more thinking if you said the biggest trans actor right now, I would say
The chick from
Orange is the New Black.
Yeah.
Cox?
Not Tiffany. I know who you're talking about.
Okay.
I would say right now though, Hunter Schafer, who's also in Euphoria, that Cuckoo movie. Have you watched the new Hunger Games movie?
No.
Oh, well,
I'm out.
yeah. Kinds of Kindness. She was in that.
Oh, I did watch that.
I do know you watched that. I don't know what she was in. Who
That
she was
was-
in that.
That's something Carrie would hate, Kinds of Kindness.
It's got Joe Alwyn in it.
Ugh.
But she's very well-known trans actress who plays, a lot of women, and that is like there are men who were online after Euphoria came out and they were like, that's not a woman, but you look at her and she is genuinely one of the most stunning women ever.
Yeah.
And it's just where, like you said, where's that line of like where that hatred is, and that who is going to be able to play, or who does play these characters. Laverne Cox.
Laverne. There you go. Good for you. You
I
beat
was
me.
thinking Vivian, and I'm like, that's not Vivian.
Even like Elliot Page is another
Oh,
one.
Yeah.
But
All right.
the one movie that I need to watch that does apparently really well with like trans identity is I saw the TV Glow. It's I don't remember who is in there, but they have apparently a really good discussion on it, and I can only speak so much on the trans like issues because I am a cis white female.
Yes. So back in the studio, Dorothy's contract does get picked up, but Dorothy is unhappy about it. I'm a little confused by this because earlier she wanted to continue being Dorothy. She wanted Dorothy to get roles doing all sorts of things because Dorothy was employable while Michael was not. But
I think it's because he fell in love with her and he doesn't want to be Dorothy anymore. He doesn't
you think
want.
she's the reason he wants out?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I could agree on that.
I mean, I can agree with it, but
He's also dug himself so far into this hole that he's
so-
like I got to get myself out now or else I'm totally screwed.
yes. And he's already totally screwed.
Oh yeah.
The hole's dug. He's in it. He's screwed.
Yeah.
Um,
Dirt's already on top of him. He's
Yes.
he just needs to crawl out.
This is the point where the movie where all things start to build into this epic climax. Julie decides to break up with Ron, so Dorothy goes to babysit Amy while Julie breaks up with Ron. It's a struggle. So this is where we see, look at the man can't handle a baby.
Yep.
Yeah, that happened. So post breakup, while Julie is pouring her heart out to Dorothy, Michael tries to kiss her. Yeah.
Why he thought that was the perfect time to do it, I don't know.
I don't know either.
I can't even. What would be the perfect timing for that? That's the thing.
Well, Dorothy should never kiss her.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yes.
if Michael wanted to kiss her, that's one thing.
Yeah.
But Dorothy
Yeah.
should not.
But when is the right time? Because she doesn't know
I mean,
he's
there's not.
Dorothy. Yeah.
He's already put himself in this box. He's
Yeah.
screwed. But while Michael is there, Les calls to interrupt. So Les and Dorothy then go dancing. How long is this day, is my question. This has gone on for so long.
Was this when Sandy calls and gets mad?
Sandy shows up later.
Shows up later.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, and then Les goes over to Dorothy's apartment.
No.
This is
John goes over to Dorothy's apartment.
the doctor
from
who kissed her the one time and
Yes.
assaulted her.
that one.
Yeah.
Okay, so I had
Yes.
the wrong character. But anyway,
They do
did
look
he
similar.
not realize that didn't look like a female's apartment?
Well, I think okay. First of all, time out. We're gonna get there because
Okay.
this comes after this part of the
Okay.
night.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because first Dorothy and Les are out dancing. Did you see the couple who dances and the woman says like, "I love you on the show. You're amazing."
Yeah. Yeah.
It's Estelle Getty.
Oh yeah, I did see that she was in it.
No,
And
no
I'm-
Estelle Getty
No.
from Golden Girls.
Golden Girls.
Sophia.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there it is.
Yay!
I did see that she was credited. I'm like, I didn't see her in that. So,
That was all she did. She was the
Okay.
dancing lady who was like, "You're great on the show. We love
Awesome.
you." Yes.
All right.
So Les proposes while we're there. He thankfully tells her to think about it.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
Things are complex.
Also, proposing to someone you barely know after a few days, going back to Splash,
Yes.
seems like a trend in the 80s.
Men must have been desperate.
Still are, apparently.
So then when Dorothy goes home, that's when John Van Horn is
Okay.
waiting for
Okay.
her. All right, this is bad. This is bad. He eventually causes a scene to get up into the apartment where he promptly assaults Dorothy.
Also,
again.
he sings to her like it's, it is an 80s movie. But like, what's that one movie with the boombox?
Say anything.
That's the one that I'm thinking of. I'm like, he's very much doing that where he's like, this is how I'm going to get your attention. And it's to.
He got everybody's attention. So Yeah, she
It's
lets him
also
up.
New York, though, so I feel like people would hear that and be like, eh.
Well,
They
there were
wouldn't
some
care.
people hanging out the windows, not just Dorothy, but there were some people also, and that's why she told him to come up.
Yeah. Yeah. So he gets up there and is promptly assaulting her. I think he doesn't notice it's a man's apartment
Because he just wants a piece of ass.
yeah, he is not taking no for an answer.
It's so
Until
gross.
Jeff shows up.
Fortunately, Jeff shows up to
Yes.
interrupt the whole thing.
It's so nasty.
And then suddenly John gains some respect and is like apologizing to Jeff.
Because he was hitting on his woman.
Why are you apologizing to the man and not the woman that you're assaulting?
Because men suck.
Because women are, it's...
We're
no.
Yes.
just meat, apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And not
So-
anything else.
I'm sorry, dude, for stepping on your, trying to get with your woman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very much
Not sorry to the woman for
No.
assaulting, but sorry to the guy.
It's very much a patriarchal
It is. It is. It truly is.
thing. It's so gross.
But then Sandy shows up. Things are just out of control now.
Sandy is so funny because she slept with him one time.
I told you. I
One
love her.
time. One time. And she's like, I'm going to get him. I'm going to get him.
But Michael at this point is pretty much, he admits that he's in love with someone else. Not because he wanted to be honest with her, but because he was pretty much backed into a corner and had to.
Yeah. But he did lead her on. He would call her and talk with
He
her.
absolutely did.
And yeah, I'll go on this date with you and it'll be like, we'll do all these things, and never did any of that.
No.
And so she's hooked on this idea that this man's going to come and just swoop in and do these nice things for her.
Yeah. He did not.
Piece of shit.
But she does have a great line during their whole breakup scene where she says, I just have to feel like this until I don't feel like this anymore. And you have to know that you're the one that made me feel this way.
Love her.
Loved that.
I mean,
Loved
that's the
her.
perfect way to wrap it
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
There's nothing more concise or accurate.
And then I don't
Of a
think we
breakup
see her
than
in the
anything.
movie
Yes.
after that.
You see her, you get one glimpse of her face as
Oh,
Dorothy,
at the end.
as Dorothy is
yeah.
revealed to be
Yeah.
Michael.
Yeah.
But then
But that's it.
that's pretty much
She's
it, which
done.
is just off. It's awful for her. I would like, where is Sandy today, guys? What is,
I feel like she'd got a better acting job,
you think?
doing good.
Think she went out to California, got some
Sandy
commercials.
She fell in love.
Very successful. She is living in a mansion with 2 dogs on her own.
She's.
I
was gonna say-
don't need no stinking man. She's going to parties and putting cake in her purse still.
Yes.
I feel like
No, she gave birth to twins out on Long Island. No, that was Phoebe.
that was Phoebe.
And Ursula.
No, that was. Oh yeah, no, it would be Phoebe and Ursula.
Phoebe
Yeah.
and Ursula,
Oh, I
yeah,
thought you
yeah.
were talking about just Phoebe having her brother's triplets.
All right. So Michael wants out of this contract. He can't get out of it until this opportunity presents itself. They're going to have to go live.
Okay. He could have just killed Dorothy. She just didn't need to show up to work one day. I mean, he had that power to just eliminate
Yeah.
this character.
Yeah.
The only people who knew about Michael Dorothy was Jeff and
George.
and George. That was it. Dorothy just didn't need to show up to work.
Right.
Done.
Yeah.
Problem
I mean,
solved.
He's given social security number. He's getting checks. So they have like a social security number. At some point, they're going to check that social security number and find out it does not belong
Yeah.
to this Dorothy Michaels. It belongs to Michael Dorsey.
Yes, yes. But I mean, he could have easily made that person disappear.
He could have. Yeah.
Missing,
Yeah.
dead,
But really-
whatever.
Or
He had that power in his hands to end it.
Yeah, because
He could have just woke up and said,
because
Dorothy's dead.
if he just didn't show, if he went as Dorothy and just didn't show up to his gigs, they're just gonna be like, okay, let's just rewrite the scene. Let's continue
Because
on.
what would
We're
be
not
the
gonna.
difference if Michael was walking down the streets of New York and got killed?
Yeah.
Michael would be dead. Dorothy's dead.
Yeah.
yeah.
Boom.
Yeah. They
Problem
would have.
solved.
They would have fired her anyways if she didn't show up one day, and then they wouldn't care after that.
Exactly.
But
She's
any job.
replaceable.
Yeah.
He could also see this is the ultimate acting opportunity. He gets to create this whole drama on daytime TV.
It definitely is.
Now Michael's remembered, not Dorothy.
Yeah. I
So-
think. Yeah.
And you know that his ego wants his name attached to it in some way.
But I don't think he wanted it to go down the way it went down. His reveal.
I think he had no choice. Well, how do you think he wanted it to go down?
I don't know. I don't think he went that far yet.
He didn't.
He didn't.
But again, he could have ended it himself earlier.
But if he ended it himself, then they would have never known that he was Dorothy.
That he was yes, I get that. But
Yes.
It wouldn't be a story without it, but
Yeah, but I think his ego wanted the recognition of being this great actor.
True.
He was such a great actor.
I played all of America.
Yes.
Yes.
He fooled everyone.
You guys blacklist me, and then I can look at me. I'm gonna go and go around it. I'd also like to go to the name of the film where Dorothy goes and is yelling at the director, is like, my name's not Tootsie, my name's not Honey, my name's not Sweetheart, my name is Dorothy.
Yes.
It's Dorothy. You're gonna call me Dorothy.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm glad you brought that up because halfway through the movie, I was sitting there wondering, why the hell is this movie called Tootsie? Like, because I kind of thought that was her character name or her name or something. And then the director called her Tootsie. And I was like, oh, okay. Again. So I kind of did a little fact check on that one. It's a little fact. The nickname Dustin Hoffman's mother gave him was when he was a little kid as kind of a term of endearment that she used with him. So his mother apparently used to call him Tootsie, and then his mother was also behind the Dorothy character. And then in the film, the name is spoken once. So
Yes.
Tootsie is only spoken once
Yes.
besides the song. And I'm like, so again, I was like, okay, I'm not losing my mind. It was just that one time the name Tootsie was brought up and it was through the director.
But I think it's just a generalization of honey, dear,
Right, I get
sweetie, love. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm just kind of like surprised that they took that for the title. And I guess it kind of goes with the whole female.
You have this patronizing man who's going and saying all these things to the one person who is like only on screen for a little bit. They're only using her for a little bit.
Yeah.
And is not going to want to remember her name. So just says all these, just throws names out there because he doesn't want to remember her. She's just used for these few scenes.
Honey, sweetheart, all that.
Tootsie.
Yeah. Tootsie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why she was,
But I was like, okay, I'm not losing my mind. It was only said once in the movie.
It's only said, yeah.
Okay, so they decide they're going live. Michael decides this is his opportunity.
I'm going to back up for a minute. Sorry.
There's so much in this movie.
Because there was a dressing room scene where Dorothy and Julie talk. And I shit you not, the way that she was talking, Julie was talking to Dorothy, and then she kept talking about her dad, like she needs to talk to her dad about it. I'm like, oh my God, she's going to go to the other side. Julie's going to embrace this relationship with Dorothy because Dorothy tried to kiss her.
Yeah.
And she had time. I thought it was going to go, I love you too, Dorothy. Let's do this. And I'm like, oh, that's going to throw in a whole other loop in this thing.
Yeah, no.
Well, I think Julie is confused because she does have feelings for Dorothy. But she sees them as a friendship. As you said, a motherly figure.
And would be happy to see her dad happy.
Yes.
Right.
Is the thing.
But after that attempted kiss and then they were spent time apart, I'm like, and then the whole dressing room scene and the way that they were talking, I honestly thought for a minute, well, Julie's going to go back for the other team because of it. And good for her, like.
Well, I think Julie thought she was putting out those signals.
Yeah.
To Dorothy. Dorothy was coming on to her because she thought she was giving it off.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is that she thought, but
apparently flirting when she's just being a nice person.
Well,
I think is another thing we could talk about is how men perceive being kind as
a flirtation.
Is flirting, yeah.
You smiled at me.
So yeah,
I'm gonna kiss you now.
Yes.
I thought that was just gonna throw Michael into a whole other loop, and I'm like, good luck with this one, dude. But but it would have been a nice twist. I'm not gonna lie.
Polyamorous relationship with a father and daughter.
No. That's not the kind of movie I'm signed up for.
Yeah, not me either.
No.
All right. So Michael ends up coming clean. He goes on a long off-script meandering story that just goes on and on and on. Everybody is losing their minds in the control room.
Well, also this is live because they
Yes.
had to put off, like they were doing filming for so much and something got messed up in the editing
Yes.
side that they have to redo the scene
And
or
they
like
have to
do it live.
Yes.
So it is a well planned out or a well thought out plan, probably from his point of view, like right before it happens.
Yes. Because now he knows he won't. It would be fraud.
It's not going to be edited out. Nothing.
Yes. Yes. That's when we see the reactions across the board.
Yeah.
We see Les watching at home. Finally sees that Dorothy is a man.
It's very Dr. Draco Moray and his evil twin. I'm gonna.
Sandy's watching at home. She screams. Jeff's watching at home. He, of course, knew the whole time.
He's clapping.
So he's like, that is one nutty hospital.
Yeah.
Ron is strangely not angry that this man has infiltrated a show. He's just glad to have validation that she didn't like him because she was a man.
Yeah.
Not because he's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
So that's the reason he was unlikable.
Yeah.
So
I think also he's probably thinking to himself, man, our ratings are about to skyrocket.
probably, I mean, if he was smart, yeah.
Yeah.
And then Julie doesn't take it well. Let's just say,
As anyone would.
she doesn't take it well. She should have taken it worse.
Yeah.
I would say.
Oh,
I would be
Yes.
kicking and screaming.
The violations.
Kicking and screaming.
Yes.
well, even Gina Davis's character, like, hello, there was a man in my dressing room
while she was naked.
while she was
Yeah.
practically naked.
Yes.
You know, like, I would feel like, I'm like, Michael, you better get your lawyer on call because in these days,
Cases.
2026, you're going to have a lot of lawsuits, dude.
Cases.
Like, this is like deception, like harassment, like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Fraud is the big
Fraud,
one.
yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah. And then the fact that he was in bed with Julie as a
Yeah.
man, you know.
Les
it's
is
just-
falling in love with Dorothy, so
Let's propose to Dorothy.
yes.
So Michael does go meet Les at a bar.
Which I gotta say is a very adult thing of him to do, of going and giving him back this ring, because he knows in his heart that he shouldn't have this.
Yes. And he does apologize. And he explains to Les that he loves Julie.
As if I was Les, I would be pissed.
Yes.
I'd be so furious.
Oh, but Michael bought him a beer, so I think they're even. I mean,
It's upstate New York. You gotta get a.
he toyed with.
That's okay.
He toyed with Les. He toyed with Julie.
I'll buy you a beer.
I think
Everything's
the
fine.
price of that is one beer, and then you're all square, right?
Oh, apparently.
Yeah.
Buy me a $68,000.
No. So we gotta call back to six pack there. In the end, Michael does go to Julie, and he professes his love for her. His speech, "I was a better man as a woman with you than I ever was with a woman as a man." I mean, all I can say is I hope that he understood as a man when he was with a woman, i.e. Sandy, he was a piece of shit.
Yeah.
He
Mhm.
was better with Julie acting like a woman than he was with Sandy acting like a man.
Julie's reaction, she shouldn't have accepted that apology.
No.
I will say that. She shouldn't have been like, yeah, I'll go on that date with you, or just smile and like, yeah, like whatever. That's a huge thing that happened in her life, and she should feel mad about that.
She should, but I think her whole thing is that she missed her friend. I know. It's crazy. It's
you
iffy.
can miss a friend, but if that friend is a person who you find out isn't who they were, I feel like it's okay to grieve that friend and go and be like, they screwed up. I don't want to be a part of that anymore. That's not who I want in my life.
Well, that relationship has so many red flags to start off with.
Well,
Yeah.
Like honesty,
That's-
trust.
That's the real question. Is it going to be a relationship or is it going to be a friendship?
Yeah.
Or is it going to be like this the last time they talk?
I would hope.
I
it's
mean,
the
you
last
don't
time.
know. You just see him walking away hand in hand, kind of like blah. But again, I would have problems trusting this man.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
A lot of red flags.
A lot of red
Yes.
flags. And
I
like
mean-
like I said, you can be so happy that you had this friendship and you can have fond memories of it, but you can also look at the red flags and be like, I don't want to go back to that. That's gonna cause me more hurt in the future.
Yeah.
He's not a trustworthy person.
No.
No, he's not. So all we can do is we can hope that Sandy went on to bigger and better things because
And-
Sandy truly deserved it.
Michael got hit by a bus or something. I don't know.
I don't know either. I mean, Julie, we know she has bad taste in men, so she probably did end up dating Michael. I don't know. The whole thing was I looked back on this movie with fond memories, and right now I'm like, whew, as I was watching it, I was like, Cobie ain't gonna like this. She ain't gonna like this movie. It's definitely changed.
Yeah.
The movie has not changed. Our perspectives have changed
Yeah,
over the years.
we've become more educated on the issues that are behind films like this.
Right.
And even another, like we said earlier, was Mrs. Doubtfire, and having a man go and dress up as a woman to achieve a goal is such a weird way of looking at life for men to empathize with women
Yes.
when men could just empathize with women.
I mean, it's the equivalent of I don't believe in rape. I have a daughter. Why would you have to have a daughter to not believe in? I mean, the
Yeah.
whole thing's weird.
Yeah,
There shouldn't be a quantifier to it.
yeah, you shouldn't have to go and change yourself to learn how to empathize with another gender, another race, another person in
Yes.
general. It should be I understand I don't understand what you're going through, but I hear what you're saying and I can empathize
Yes.
with that issue.
I will say you shouldn't have to, but
No.
there are people that do have to.
Yeah.
It does not affect other people
No.
until it affects them.
Yes.
I mean, there are just some people that lack that empathy gene.
Yeah.
And
And it-
apparently Michael is one of them.
And I think obviously this is just me talking right now. You see it more now with social media, with people being so desensitized with empathy and
Yes.
compassion, where something can happen. It doesn't matter who it is to, and another part of a side is going to be like, oh well, they probably deserved it. Whereas there's no empathy of like, well, this happened to me, or this could have happened to me in any sense. How can I react to this kind of thing?
Well, I mean, just like, again, after watching this movie, because I didn't see it in the 80s, this was my first time seeing it, I kind of looked at Dorothy as an inspiration for the women in this movie. It's kind of like she taught them to embrace their inner strength. And
Yeah, but we shouldn't have had a man be a woman.
that's
to
my
do
next
that.
part.
Exactly.
That's my
That's
next
where
part.
it's a little
man
like,
dressed up
fuck.
as a woman to land
Here
a
comes a
woman's
man to
role.
save us, everybody.
To inspire
Yeah.
other females, is still making women secondary to men.
Yes.
It is still
you're
very
true.
patriarchal.
So,
Yes.
and that kind of sucks in a movie about female
Women in
power.
Yeah.
Because
It was trying to be a feminist and it just missed its mark.
it did.
How about that?
I like that.
Yes.
Yes.
How about that?
Yes.
They tried too hard and they overshot.
I'm going to if we weren't down enough, I'm going to bring us down a little bit more
Oh,
here. You
shit.
ready? Brace yourselves for this. In an interview with AFI, Dustin Hoffman broke down crying. And he stated, when we got to that point, I looked on screen. I was shocked that I wasn't more attractive. I said, now you have me looking like a woman. Now make me a beautiful woman. Because I thought I should be beautiful. And they said to me, that's as good as it gets. And it was at that moment I had an epiphany. I went home and started crying, talking to my wife, and I said, I have to make this picture. And she said, why? And I said, because I think I'm an interesting woman when I look at myself on screen. And I know that if I met myself at a party, I would never talk to that character because she doesn't fulfill physically the demands that we're brought up to think women have to have in order for us to ask them out. She said, what are you saying? I said, there's too many interesting women I have not had the experience to know in this life because I've been brainwashed. This movie was never a comedy for me.
No.
However,
I liked that. That
I
was
like
such
that.
a
Oh,
oh God.
shit.
it kind of falls a little flat when you find out that in 2017, Variety had an article where Dustin Hoffman was accused of exposing himself to 2 minors.
Oh, there it is.
So
There it is.
Yep. Thanks to this,
Shit.
I
Oh yeah.
Tootsie.
That just took this
Cobie
wind
just
out of my sails.
All right, Cobie will never ruin Commando for me. I'm going to start by saying that.
Okay.
Cobie will never ruin Commando for me, but this one is
I
a
feel
bummer.
like I shouldn't be the one to ruin this movie.
No.
Yeah.
And you're not.
No.
You're not the one to
No,
ruin this one.
it's more of like
You tried to ruin Commando. You didn't.
and that's okay. I still think it's a terrible movie. And I still put my foot down on that one. Oh, and by the way, the day we're recording this is the week Commando had gone out.
Yes.
So we are going to bring up Commando again.
I'm going to bring up Commando every week until I change your mind.
No, you're not going to.
So, yes. It's strange because I would have told you before this that Tootsie was a better movie than Commando, and now
Because of the aftermath of what had happened?
I mean, no, not necessarily.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it is very cringy all around.
Okay.
There's a lot of issues with the film
There's a
that
lot of-
can be looked at now and
Yes, with different
dissected.
eyes. But yeah, that's
I don't think this was a terrible movie. I think they went about it the worst way possible, and it doesn't help either that we have been more educated on these types of issues
yeah.
and how our minds have changed.
So you had said that your mom was looking forward to you watching Tootsie.
Yeah, I have not told her that I've
Okay.
already watched. So
So
she's
she-
gonna hear it.
She did not watch it with you.
No.
And you don't know when the last time she watched it was.
Yeah.
I'll be curious to hear.
I'll text you guys what she
Okay.
says, but for sure it did, like I said, I don't think it aged well, not as an 80s movie like Splash didn't age well because John Candy was going and looking under people's skirts, and we don't do that, obviously. I think
that was minor compared to some of the things we saw here.
Oh yeah, I think this one definitely did not age well, but I think we can now look back on it and be like, okay, this is wrong. We know it's wrong. This is why it's wrong.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
because in Tootsie, we never got into the how did she go to the bathroom? She went into the ladies' dressing room with,
Yeah.
Yeah.
did she use, or did she just hold it's just what
Yeah.
did she do?
Yeah.
I think where Tootsie is confusing is that Tootsie was trying to be like a feminist movie.
Absolutely. And it just did.
And at the time, I think it was.
I can see where it would have been, but it's not.
It's not.
Because
It's not.
It was a man.
Yes.
I think there's
But
probably
we were so happy to see anybody standing up for women that we would have taken anything at the
That's
time.
true. That's true.
I think there's also way better feminist films that have come out made by women
Sure.
at the time as well.
Sure.
That were overlooked based off of budget or whatever it was, that just probably aren't as popular as this one was.
Yes.
Whereas people can watch it and be like, oh, this was popular. It was a feminist movie. Oh, yeah, like rah, rah, whatever feminism, when it actually is actually a distaste and very disrespectful to women, I think.
Disrespectful, I mean, specifically to Julie, to Sandy.
I'm kind of curious, how, if they would remake this. Okay, so back in the 80s,
Ooh,
it's like...
yeah, here we go.
Ooh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, back in the 80s, this was a popular movie. It was
Okay.
up for Best Picture, blah, 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 blah. I'm wondering how society thought of it as a man dressed up as a woman playing a female part and deceiving everybody. Like, was there a part of society back in the 80s that was like, no, 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 like I know there would be today?
No, I think back in the 80s, they thought it was funny.
It was entertainment.
It was funny.
It was funny.
Yeah.
Look at those two men
entertainment.
kissed each other. How disgusting. Ha
I
ha.
feel like there are some people who probably were against it because two men kissing, obviously.
Well,
Yes.
You
But-
got your church, your Bible thumpers, and, your people
my-
like that, maybe. But
My question would be like, okay, so like Overboard was originally Goldie Hawn's character lost her memory. When they redid that, it was the male character
see, I
who
didn't
lost
watch
his
the
memory.
remake.
Don't bother. The original, the OG is the way to go. But they changed it because, I mean, it is creepy that he essentially kidnapped this woman.
Yeah.
So they changed it so it was the man who had lost his memory, not less creepy. Would they change this in that same way where it would be a woman
Ooh, do a gender
dressed
swap.
up as a man.
dressed up as a man?
Do a gender swap.
Yes. Would it work in that
It would
sense?
be interesting though if they were to remake that, remake this movie and how it would, like what you're saying.
Would that make
like,
more sense as a woman
I think,
because women come from a place of less power?
Yeah.
yeah. But also,
And then they get into the president of the they get elected as president of the United States.
Oh,
and-
God.
let's not
No,
even-
then they get in the office and they're like, guess what, bitches? I'm a bitch.
I'm going to throw out
Jesus.
I'm going to throw out one where I kind of along that sense is She's the Man,
Yes.
where, she goes and she's have you seen She's the Man? Amanda
Okay.
Bynes.
I mean, it's just one of the guys. Okay.
Okay, so it's basically Amanda Bynes' character is, dresses up as one of like these guys, like
A
at this-
man.
Yeah, a man at this school and goes and falls in with this group and falls in love with one of the guys. And it's
Yes.
kind of similar but different in other ways because I feel like She's the Man is more aimed towards kids.
It's a teenage
okay.
Yeah.
situation.
And I feel like a lot of people don't think of that movie as a bad movie when we look at it because then you see how the men treat her like when she's a man compared to when she's a woman.
Yes.
But I think they also were very lighthearted on it because it is aimed towards a younger generation and they're not going so hard as like the men sexually assaulting the women or anything like that. They don't push those boundaries because there is a line that they're trying not to cross.
Right.
And I wonder if that is something we could look at too of like, is it appropriate also for a woman to go and dress up as a man and then fall in love with one of them because She's the Man hasn't been criticized.
Okay. So then I would throw out there Just One of the Guys, which is an 80s film where that is what she did. It was a woman who dressed up as a boy, goes to the high school, falls in love with one of the other boys. The whole thing is crazy because at the end it's got one of the craziest nude scenes you've ever seen. Because why not? It was the
It's
80s. There we go. We're going to bring it all around. So I had considered that. If Carrie hasn't seen it,
I haven't seen it.
maybe we'll add that to the list. We'll see what we can find
Yeah.
for that.
But yeah, I think that's something that we can also look at of like,
But I don't know. I got to find something that Cobie approves of at some point. I haven't yet.
Overall, I mean, I gave Tootsie like 3.5 out of 5 stars.
I'd say about 2.5, 3. There were some good there were some good moments, but I feel like it just in the back of my head I was just thinking this is such a
It's
hard,
very
Terry
yes.
Garr did it for me. She, like I said, she was my
oh my gosh.
she was my favorite character. Least favorite character was Amy.
Yeah, Amy, you're a fucking bitch.
No, she wouldn't stop crying. I'm like, shut that baby up. Yeah, Amy the crying baby was my least favorite character. I have
It
that in
wasn't
my
Ron
notes.
or like John.
No, it was Amy.
No, okay.
Shut that baby up.
I'm gonna start throwing my mashed potatoes everywhere. My applesauce. Favorite character, I think it was tied with Jessica Lange's character, Julie and Sandy. They did really good.
Agreed. They were
Le-
both wonderful.
Least favorite character, Ron or Michael are up there. I feel like Amy just bypassed going up. I think just because of the amount of scenes and how horrible they were.
Yeah.
They're down there at the bottom. I would give it 2.5, 3 stars. I wouldn't rewatch it. I think it's just such a devastating thing. I would say not devastating, but like very hard thing to watch knowing what we know now.
Yes.
I think
agree.
if it was on the TV or if it was on and I needed background noise, and I would put it on as a background movie noise.
There are many other things I've
well,
put on
I'm just
before
saying
this.
not that I flip through anything, but if I was at a hotel or something, where
And it's
it was
between this
on-
and SpongeBob SquarePants. Oh, I'd
yeah.
choose SpongeBob SquarePants.
Oh no, I would choose this.
I'm gonna watch Law and Order SVU. I'm gonna go some Olivia Benson first.
Or
A&E. You can't go wrong with the first 48. Those are always.
I was
on.
going to say Big Bang Theory. Big Bang Theory's always on.
Oh, that's always on too. I'd watch that. But yeah, I mean, I didn't hate it. I didn't love it. I was wondering what drew Christie to it. As
I enjoyed the whole the
Soap
scenes
that's
as the
interesting.
soap opera.
That's-
Like the
that's-
behind the scenes of the soap opera
and that
were fascinating to me.
It's film Inception right there.
It is.
that's very
because it's
interesting to me. That's where
Michael
your head
playing
was.
Dorothy playing Emily Kimberly. Yes.
But
That's-
Dustin Hoffman's playing
wow.
all these characters.
Yes.
Well, that's
Yeah.
kind of cool. Like I said,
Very much an Inception moment.
Yeah.
Another movie, if you guys haven't. Have you watched Inception, Carrie?
oh yeah.
Okay, I was about to say. I was like,
I've seen it. It's very what is happening here.
like Fight Club.
Fight Club's I'd watch Fight Club any day.
Yeah, I would.
But like,
I'm
you
picking
get,
Fight Club before Inception.
but you get
every
to
day
the
of
end
week.
and you're like, what is happening here?
Yes.
There's buildings falling down. What is going on?
Yeah.
Credit
Agreed.
cards.
Yeah. So, are you asking for mine? Yeah, favorite's gonna be Jessica Lange and Terry Garr. I might put Jessica Lange just right above that, just because I feel like she had a more difficult role to pull off, and she was sweet and vulnerable while being taken advantage of. Although Terry Garr was also taken advantage of, and she was funny and vulnerable. Least favorite, I might go John Van Horn, the doctor from the hospital.
He's least favorite for you?
He was just out there
Yeah.
kissing people. I mean, he essentially would have discovered Michael's secret before everybody if Jeff
Yeah.
hadn't walked in the door.
Oh, that is true.
He was
yeah.
gonna straight up assault her.
Yeah.
That's true.
That is so true.
Yeah.
I
good-
mean,
good
so
call.
I'm gonna put him at the
Yeah.
top of my hate list
Yeah.
on this one. Although there was no shortage of people to dislike. I agree.
Apparently, Amy was one. Didn't even think of her.
Amy.
That baby does cry for an
Shut
awful
up.
long
It was a
time.
long time. I'm
It's
like,
a whole long thing with
the
that kid
girls
screaming.
were like sleeping on the couch and they like got up and they're like looking around and they never heard a baby cry like that before or cry period, and they're like, what is this noise?
It continued and
Oh.
continued and continued.
Oh yeah.
It went on so long, Michael finally gave up his voice as Dorothy and
Yeah.
finally was just like, shut up already. What
Shut
do you
up.
want? For rating, I don't know. This is a tough one for me because I do like it.
Nostalgia factor
Yes, it does make me. I do.
on the
but I was
on the nostalgia rating. Where would it fall for you?
like back in the day.
Like you look
Or-
at it nostalgically, and there is still this love for this movie.
I would go like a 3.75.
Okay.
I'm gonna be higher than you guys.
Yeah.
But I still wouldn't consider it a 4. Because when I was watching it, I was like, wow, this is problematic. This has got a lot of problems. I'm gonna be getting reamed for this choice. I can feel it coming at me. Oh boy, I got to justify a lot of stuff here.
No.
No.
If this film was made though in 2026, it'd be canceled.
It wouldn't be made.
It would not be made at all.
No. All right. Does that tie us up? Does that tie Tootsie up
I
in a
think-
big old bow?
think so.
Yep.
Red sequence dress in front of the American flag. It sure does.
Yep. Sparkling sequins.
Oh, gotta love it.
Which brings us, I mean, you could even ask she was being interviewed by all these magazines. First of all, have you ever seen a daytime soap opera star on a Cosmopolitan? No, never.
No.
She was a hit. But as they're interviewing her, is nobody looking up her background and figuring out that this woman does not exist? Who are these journalists?
There's no internet. That is like
There's a library.
the encyclopedia or something like that. Is that what you're thinking of? Because I don't think like a book is going to get published that fast for how long.
No. But I think she could say, oh, I grew up in Kentucky. And so then they're going to call down to this Kentucky high school and be like, hey, can I get a yearbook picture of
Ooh,
her?
yeah, that is true.
And they're going to be like, I have no idea who you're talking about. This woman does not exist. Anyway, I got sidetracked on
Yeah,
that.
bad journalism right there.
We need journalists.
Bad ethical.
We need journalists. So that was the end of Tootsie. We're coming back next week with Cobie's selection.
I am so excited for this one, you guys.
I am too. I'm eager. Go ahead. Hit us with it.
So this is one that Christie and I had watched.
Yes.
Carrie had not watched.
Yes.
And it is Christopher Nolan's 2014 hit, basically. It is probably one of the pinnacle films of his career, maybe, depending on how the Odyssey works out. We are doing Interstellar. I'm so excited.
I am too, because I've seen it a couple times. I'm ready for you to explain to me some of the stuff that's happening there so that I can
I also want to
fully understand it.
Before we go into Interstellar for next week, I'm not a scientist, want to clarify.
Oh.
And there's going to be a lot of scientific things that are involved in this film that have been looked upon by actual scientists. And if I mispronounce something, I do not care. I'm sorry.
I do not care.
I do not care. I apologize ahead of time, but there's going to be a lot.
Yeah. But yes, in looking at it, or when I've watched it in the past, from what I've read, that science is all legit science.
Yeah.
Like, it's stuff that...
Yeah.
So, looking forward to it.
Yeah, but I am only working towards my master's in film and not any science thing. So
They don't make you take any science classes for...
I think the last science class I took was in high school.
You didn't have to take a single science class?
I took social sciences. So like I did an anthropology class.
Okay.
And like maybe 2 anthropology classes. Maybe that was my social sciences. I took a law class. That one was interesting. We can talk about that one after the
Okay.
podcast because it involves some things.
Well, I know in high school we just needed one science class to graduate, and that was Intro to Science, and that's all I took. Now, looking back, I wish I would have done more science. I just felt dumb and stupid, and I didn't feel like I was smart enough to do science, so I didn't want to do that. Now, if I had to do it over again, I would do more science classes.
I mean, I have a biology degree, so I had nothing but science classes. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
But
Alrighty. In the meantime, if anybody would like to reach out to us, our Gmail account is realfamilypodcast@gmail.com. That's real, REEL, familypodcast@gmail.com. As we've mentioned, Liv has set up our socials.
yeah, you can find us on Instagram, Facebook, and wherever you find your podcasts. We're mainly on Apple, Spotify, YouTube are our big ones.
Yep.
At Real Family Podcast, REEL Family Podcast.
Yes. So thank you to Liv for setting that up.
Thank you, Liv.
Thank you.
We appreciate that. And also shout out to Ty, our cousin, who helped with all of our graphics. He did a great
Yes.
job with that. We
Yes.
appreciate
Shout out
him.
Ty.
Thanks, Ty.
Yes. All right. Looking forward to next time.
I'm so excited.
Whee! All right. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.